Hello, people on YouTube. It's that time again. I apologize. Today, I have a guest with me. His name is Tyrant Joe Pablo. You can visit him on Instagram. Link will be in the description. I'll probably put my Instagram stuff in there also, if I feel like it. Probably will. Today is a new day in my chronicles. And we will begin with a quote of the day. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead. So let's just analyze that a little bit. Some people never go crazy. But that is boring. Craziness is funniness. I mean, unless it's those people who just sit in cubicles the whole day. I mean, I would die if I had a job like that. I'm one of those people who always does shit. I think. Yeah, probably. Second part. What truly horrible lives they must lead. I agree. If you don't even have a little bit of craziness in you, it must be pretty boring. I can't stand boring people. I mean, those people who you walk up to like, hey, buddy, how's it going? It's like, fine. I had a pretty average day. Great. Get away from me, you depressing fucker. Yeah. And that brings us to our next topic. The difference between normal and abnormal. Well, to me, the difference between normal and abnormal is basically what is accepted in life and the universe. Because if you think about it, what is to us normal is the thing that most people do. It's the most widely accepted thing. Driving a car is normal. Having a pet is normal. Having a dog for a pet is normal. Having a cat, that kind of thing. Normal things. But having a crocodile for a pet, having a pet is normal. Having a crocodile for a pet, not so normal. You're abnormal. Why? Because not a lot of people do it. Therefore, it is out of the norm. So, what does that say? What does it say? Exactly. I hear what you people are saying. If more people started doing abnormal things, then that would become the norm. And then being normal would become the abnormal things. So it's basically just what everyone seems as the most widely accepted thing. Which kind of sucks. Because to me, some things seem normal, but to other people, they're like, you're weird, get away from me. Your face is horrible. And I'm like, well, your voice is horrible. Yeah. And now we go on to apocalypses. Talked about last time about what type of apocalypses. Please send me apocalyptic scenarios that you would wish me to talk about. Today's, because there's no messages. How lonely. Today's is a living art apocalypse. Imagine all the art paintings, sculptures, even buildings of artistic value like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Unfortunately, it's not made out of pizza, so it sucks. Imagine all that shit started coming to life. Like the thinker come to life and started punching people. The Mona Lisa came out and smiled at people like the Joker until they died. That would be slightly weird. The circumstances to their livelihood would be a little bit unexplained. But, I mean, if it's anything like movies we have today, shit can just happen out of nowhere. It just happens. Doesn't even need to have a very valid explanation. It's kind of like the Terminator movies. Why don't they just send more than one Terminator back? Obviously, it's like, the one Terminator we sent back in time didn't work. Maybe we should send 100. Maybe that'll get the job done. But no. Poor Cyberdyne. Giant computer, not very smart. Yeah. And on today's news, we have a subject that I saw on Facebook about a day ago about a little girl who called 911 because her father was having a heart attack or something. I can't really remember the story all that well. But the funny thing is the actual events of her discussion. What was really funny is that right at the end, after this whole thing, she said that she needed to get dressed into something because she was wearing her pajamas or some other cloth article. So she said, I need the 911 operator said that police are on their way, and she said, okay, I just need to go get dressed into something decent quickly. I thought that was hilarious because I wouldn't. It's a little girl, so probably would be thinking about that kind of thing. It was quite funny. The father's okay. He's alive. Thank goodness. That would suck if bad stuff happens. Yeah. But everything's okay. And if you want to have a laugh, or not a laugh, just for something interesting, Google echidna. ECHIDNA, echidna. It looks like a little porcupine thingy. It's pretty weird. Be careful what you might notice on it. Yeah. And what are things that you wouldn't say at a funeral? Thought about this quite often, because you don't go to many funerals in your life, but what would one thing that would really suck for people if you had to accidentally say it? Because you never know what people are saying in their heads at certain times. One thing you shouldn't say if circumstances leading up to the death would something of in case of body dismemberment or ashes or something, that kind of thing, you would be like, rest in pieces. That's slightly inappropriate at a funeral. You might have a few people wanting to tussle, wanting to throw some fists around. How's about, I hope you're comfortable in that box? Not very appropriate. Actually, it's horribly inappropriate. But, yeah, rather say that stuff in your head. And, yeah, obviously. What about, you look lively today? Say that to the person as they're lying in the casket, you look lively today. That would be, well, maybe you're just it's your coping mechanism. But if someone's standing next to you, they'll obviously give you the stink eye. That'll look horrible. What about, man, this is a dead crowd. Probably because everyone is sad and not wanting to do a lot of talking. And the fact that there's a dead guy. So, dead crowd. Not really accepted. What about, it should have been a closed casket. In the case of if you're forced to go to a funeral in a circumstance and you didn't like the person and you just were like, you know what, you're ugly. And you're just like, you know what, it should have been a closed casket because I really don't want to look at your face. You'd probably get shot for some reason. Probably. And what else do we have here? Oh, yes. Send me, like I said before, send me questions. Just questions that you want me to, well, more or less like a topic type of thing. Questions, we talk about it, go in depth, do some research on it or something. Or just think about it when you're lying in bed, just ready to fall asleep and go to dreamland. Just lie there like... just figure stuff out. And here is today's question, which I came up with by myself because, again, no one answers yet. If you're a serial killer, what would your preferred weapon be? Mine would be a double-sided axe or a double-edged axe or an AA-12 shotgun, just in case you want to make sure the person's dead, It'll actually be quite fun in a game, but not in real life because that's illegal apparently. Psh. For some reason. Don't know why. Yes, and as you could hear at the beginning of this podcast, I now have a intro. Yay! Intro. Probably not as awesome as you thought it would have been, if you ever thought it would be awesome. I'm sorry to tell you that it's not really. It's just something to clear the silence. Yes, oh. And you know what else we should talk about? Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Why? Because I feel very strongly towards it. For a few reasons. Namely, because for me personally, I'm glad I bought the game, but if anyone had stopped me, I wouldn't have disagreed with him right now after actually playing the game and going through it. In any case, Advanced Warfare, not Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfare. I liked the single player. It was pretty standard Call of Duty single player. The multiplayer, the thing that upsets me most is that a lot of stuff that's available in the single player isn't available in the multiplayer. Like the shields that move with you. I mean, all for making the game a little bit more challenging. Yeah.
See, I was punching one of those animals over there.
Yes. And on top of it, after I got the financial aid, meaning I saved up money to actually get it. First of all, I'm in South Africa, so it's rands. So it cost me 730 rand to buy the game. That's quite expensive. Yes, quite. That's a lot of money. Yeah, it's like $70. That's still quite a bit of dollars. But in any case, a lot of people can fund for it. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to use my own money, and I'm not really in a position right now where I'm swimming in oodles of cash to just able to go just buy whatever I feel like. So, as soon as I open the game, I see it has DLC content. Seriously. It is not lazy game developing because it's pretty awesome game features. It's just really shitty marketing skills. I mean, my goodness. The only reason why people don't download the shit out of Call of Duty and cause the franchise to lose a lot of money is because people mainly buy it for the multiplayer, which is online. So people can't win that battle, which sucks. I mean, one of the most important features of the game was the zombies, and you have to go spend another $700 or $70, which is basically buy the game again, just so you could get one feature that is supposed to be included already in the game. To me, that was truly horrible. I was very upset, because I've already bought the game. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to play it right now. I'm not going to sell it, because I have it. So I might as well make the best out of it. Although I do appreciate that with one of the updates came a free gun. I really like that. I like getting free stuff, if the developers are like, we just decided to do this. Here, enjoy more of the game. Because, I mean, it's not exactly like they don't get enough money out of all the countless millions of people who actually buy the damn game. But, you know what? Who cares? Not me. I do. But it just makes me angry. Yes, but Google Echidna. It's hilarious. It's really funny looking. And it has a secret which most of you will find very, like, you'll just be like, what the fuck, when you see it. You'll just either fall on the floor laughing or drift into endless space as you try to figure out which universe you are in. Yes. And let's just recap on some of the previous statements. If you're normal, do something abnormal. Make your life a little bit more fun. Have fun. Do something different. Break away from your usual routine. Instead of waking up, having a cup of coffee, which I do, because that's round about the only thing I can do to start my day. Get up, have a cup of coffee. Don't have coffee. Have cereal or something, and then coffee. Something small, change up your day. See how it feels. If it doesn't affect you in the slightest, that's your problem. If it does, then you'll probably feel so much better. Wake up, be like, you know what, today is going to be a good day. Go off and have a good day. Because if you don't, you'll probably have a good day. But if you wake up on a negative note, which, surprisingly enough, happens quite often, you'll have a negative day. And you want to know something else? That whole getting out of bed on the wrong side. It doesn't help if your bed is against the wall that you can only get out of bed on one side. Unless you crawl out the bottom of your bed. Which takes too much effort and you'll probably strain yourself. Get a cramp in the morning. Which will start your morning off on a bad note. Which will just piss you off even more. But, whatever. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Do. If any of you watched the animated movie Flushed Away, I miss my youth. Funny movies. Movies, the golden oldies. Stuff that you just wish that you could just keep and watch over and over again. Unless you're one of those people who just watch it one and done. Like, I've seen it before. I don't want to watch it again. Why do I want to watch it again? I find that if I watch a movie even 5 times in a row or again, I always find I miss something. Even if it's small, even if it's big. Something in the background. Focus on extras. See if you find something funny. Like in Star Wars, where that one stormtrooper hits his head as he walks into a hallway. Hilarious. Yes. But I think it's about that time. I bid you adieu. And my silent friend who is here but didn't talk at all. We say goodbye.